Alright, you guys, so I just want you to relax for a bit. Just close your eyes and think of your favorite food. So let's think about it. Maybe we got some crispy fried chicken going on, a juicy hamburger sandwich between two pillowy buns, perhaps, or maybe bacon sizzling on a griddle Saturday morning. Yeah? Does that sound good? Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but sometimes even life's simplest pleasures have a dark background to it, and these include some of our favorite foods, which can be impacting us, our health, and our environment around us. And so, which is why I wanted to introduce Meatless Mondays back into the school lunch menu and revive it and make it fun. So, just last week, I had my first sampling, and so we had falafel balls, and based on the survey results I got, it was great, and that's just reviews I got from other people. And so I wanted to take a look at the nutrition between the falafel balls I made and the standard ground beef, and both of these are one serving, a half cup a serving each. So let's look at this. So calories are about the same, and if you're thinking this is falafel with other ingredients in it, not just beans, and the ground beef is just pure ground beef. And so you see here that you're getting more nutrition with your falafel than just the ground beef. So calories are about the same. The fat is significantly less, as well as the cholesterol. But protein seems to is not exactly the same, but it's not a bad number. And so actually, when you eat too much protein, because Americans tend to overeat a lot, this can actually lead to weight gain and reduce life expectancy. So it's actually kind of better that while you're eating more plant-based protein, it's healthier for you and leads to less weight gain and raise life expectancy. And so what this doesn't show on here is that the falafel I made last week has 94% of your daily vitamin K, 40% of your daily vitamin A, and 73% of folate, which helps with red blood cell reparations and stuff, which is great. We need more of the good stuff. And so I also served soy milk at the Meatless Monday Fest, if you will call it that. And so down here we have a comparison of soy milk, regular milk, and non-fat milk. And you can see the calories are significantly less as well as fat and cholesterol. Protein is basically the same. So why is it that milk, which is slightly acidic and served at school, promotes osteoporosis because it leaches the calcium from your bones rather than supplementing it because our body doesn't really absorb the calcium from milk? Why is it that we're being served this when there are plant-based alternatives that are better for our health and the environment? Which gets me to my next point about the environment. So if we just want to take that same quarter pound of beef and we'll look at how all of the resources that go into it. So we're going to see feed that we have to feed our cows with. And guess what? There's a world hunger epidemic going on, and all of the UN actually released a press release earlier this year saying that by 2020, all of the food that we feed our cows and our livestock for the animal agriculture industry could actually solve world hunger, which is great because that's everybody's goal, to solve world hunger. And if you also think about the water that we use just for this quarter pounder, so a cow drinks 50 gallons of water a day. That's just one cow. That's not even accounting for the water that goes into the soybeans that need to be grown and all of the water that is lost. And we can see there's problems with water. Just take a look at California, for example. They're in the worst drought that they've seen in history. And so going back to nature, and this quarter pounder took up 74.5 acres of land just for that cow to graze, just for the soybeans and the corn that it eats to be grown. And the thing is, after all of these things have been grown and the cows have trampled over the land, that land is unusable. It is unfertile. So what do? They have to go and move over to some next land. How do they do that when there's trees around? You cut the trees down. Eating excessive amounts of meat is indirectly contributing to climate change and deforestation. And so if we also just look at the amount of fossil fuels that are burned from storage and transport and just keeping everything going, it's a lot. And that's not even accounting for the cows that are just living, breathing, emitting methane gas out of their rear ends. So, and another aspect of health we want to look at, if we look at the major causes of death in the United States, the top ones are all diet related. Heart disease and cancer. And you might be thinking cancer, that's out of our control. But really, the World Health Organization released a press release earlier this year saying that red processed meat does cause colon cancer. And so if you'd like to reduce your amount for diseases such as heart disease, cancer, and be doing the environment a favor, then Meatless Mondays is just one step at a time. And I want to share with you guys an email I got earlier this year from Live Action Vegan. And this was back like a few years ago when I pledged to go vegan for 5 to 6 days. And for a year, they told me that I saved 141 animals. Now, I didn't talk about the ethical point of Meatless Mondays because I think that's up to ourselves to figure out what we think is ethical and what is unethical. But also here you can see that I've saved 38,000 square feet of rainforest, which goes back to the point of deforestation and how livestock actually contributes to the depletion of rainforests. And it also says in the email 964,000 gallons of water, which goes back to the point of using a lot of water to raise these animals. And now this is a lot of negative information that I've given you guys. And I just wanted to tell you that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And reducing any amount of meat any day of the week is great for the environment. And even though we're all insignificant in this world, and in the grand scheme of things in the universe, everything we do makes a difference. Thank you.